What should you do when a woman ignores or withdraws? It's a confused and painful experience, and your first instinct might be to try to fix things right away. Even worse, you might feel upset, but the way you handle this situation can affect not only your relationship, but also your personal growth and sense of self-respect. In this video, we'll talk about 10 practical steps you can take when a woman pulls away. These steps will help you stay calm. Here, it's not just about trying to win her back, it's also about dealing with things in a way that respects your own self-respect and emotional strength. For those of you who like to use Stoic philosophy in your daily life, we'll be weaving some Stoic principles into these steps. This will help you stay grounded, resilient, and focused on what you can control while letting go of what you can't. Before we start, don't forget to like this video. If you want to make sure you don't miss any more videos like this, please subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. This significantly aids in disseminating these insights to individuals who could benefit from them. Now, if you're prepared to gain understanding, develop inner resilience, and confront this challenge with clarity, let's begin. Stay calm and collected when a woman pulls away. Your first reaction might be to freak out. That knot in your stomach and the rush of anxious thoughts are all too familiar. You start to think about recent contacts and how they made you feel. You ponder over your words and actions, questioning if you made a mistake or if she's losing her interest. Your mind tells you to do something right away to fix things and get them back to how they were. But here's the truth. You need to face it. Panicking or experiencing fear will only intensify her desire to distance herself. It's not helpful to act out of fear because it shows insecurity. Attempts to win her back often result in pushing her away. The best thing you can do is stay calm and collected. I know this is easier said than done, especially when your emotions are high, but it's very important. First step. Being calm and in control of your emotions shows that you are emotionally stable, grounded, and confident, all of which are qualities that people find attractive. Being emotionally stable means that you don't freak out when things don't go as planned, and you don't need constant reassurance from others to keep your sense of well-being. This kind of confidence is what draws people in, especially during times of uncertainty. Let's look at a common situation. Your texts are no longer getting back to her. After a day, 2 days, or longer, you want to check in to see if anything is wrong. You might want to send her multiple texts, asking why she hasn't replied or pressing for an answer. But here's something important you need to know. Silence is often an answer in itself. If she steps back, don't go after her. Instead, take a moment to think about what she wants and give her the room she needs. Many people pull away because they need time to think or deal with their feelings. By giving her that space, you give her a chance to miss you, think about you, and decide for herself what she wants. Talking too much during this time will only make her feel overwhelmed and push her away even more. Focus on yourself while you give her space. Stay grounded by doing the things that make you happy, like your work, your hobbies, spending time with friends, or working on your personal growth. This will show her, and more importantly yourself, that your life isn't all about how she reacts. Being a complete individual, living your own life, is highly appealing. If you keep living your life with confidence, it shows that you don't need her to keep you emotionally stable. In place of seeking approval, you become someone she can rely on when things are tough. From a Stoic point of view, think about this. It's not what happens to you that matters, but how you react to it. You can't change her choice to step back, but you can change how you react to it. This is where your response gives you power. Staying calm shows that you're not quickly upset by outside events and keeps your dignity. People will notice your mental stability reflects your inner strength. Being calm isn't just a way to wait. It's also a sign of self-control, which is one of the most important Stoic qualities. Remaining calm and collected allows you to respond thoughtfully, patiently, and with purpose. Focusing on staying calm sets the tone for future interactions. Remember, women gravitate towards men who maintain their composure and don't allow external events, such as a brief silence, to disrupt them. As you think about how important it is to stay calm and collected when a woman distances herself, I encourage you to think about how you can apply these Stoic principles to your own relationships. How do you usually react when things are uncertain, and how might practicing emotional stability make a difference? I'd love to know what you think about this approach. Please read and write below. Have you ever found that staying calm and giving each other space made your bond better? Let's talk about number 2. Give her room after you've calmed down. Once you've calmed down, the next important thing is to respect her space. This is where many men go wrong. They try to fix things too quickly, thinking that if they just talk it out or explain themselves, everything will go back to how it was. But here's what you need to know. When a woman pulls away, it doesn't always mean you need to do more. Sometimes the best thing you can do is nothing at all, at least for now. What she probably needs is time and space to work through her own feelings and thoughts. If you try to solve the problem too soon, it could backfire and make her feel stressed or overloaded, which will only make things worse between you. Respecting her space shows that you are mature and emotionally intelligent. You are sending her a strong message when you do this. I believe you know what you need right now, and I won't get in the way of that. This shows that you're strong and sure of yourself enough to step back without always needing encouragement. It shows that you're not eager for her approval or attention, which is a very attractive quality. Desperate turns people away, while calm distancing yourself from someone draws them in. Also, letting the relationship breathe gives both of you time to think about what happened and what could have happened. Find out again what brought you two together in the first place. Let's think of a situation where you've been seeing each other regularly, spending quality time together, and things seem to be going well, but suddenly she starts pulling back, she doesn't respond to your texts as quickly, or she declines your invitations to hang out. It's natural to feel confused or even anxious in this situation. Your instincts might tell you to push for more time together, to force a conversation about what's going on, but this is precisely where many men stumble instead of pushing for more. The wisest move is to step back and let her come to you on her own terms. This doesn't mean you ignore her completely or play mind games. It simply means giving her the space she needs to reflect and process whatever's going on internally. This might be difficult at first, especially if you're eager to get answers or fix things. But the alternative of chasing after her will only create more tension and likely push her further away. People need space to think clearly, and by respecting her boundaries, you give her the opportunity to miss you and reassess the relationship without feeling suffocated. In Stoicism, we're reminded to focus only on what we can control and to accept what we cannot. In these kinds of situations, this principle is especially important. You can't change her feelings, her need for space, or her pace when deciding how to move forward. But you can change how you react to what she does. Instead of trying to get things back to normal, use this time to work on yourself and continue your growth. Pursue your hobbies and maintain your own sense of fulfillment outside of the relationship. Not only does this keep you grounded, but it also demonstrates that your emotional state doesn't depend on someone else's validation or attention. Remember Marcus Aurelius's powerful words: "The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have." If you focus all your energy on trying to control her actions or her feelings, you'll only feel more out of control and anxious, But when you let go of the need to control the situation, when you allow her to have the space she needs without interference, you regain your own peace of mind. This emotional freedom is invaluable, not just for you but for the relationship as well. It gives her the room to reflect, and it keeps you from falling into the trap of overanalyzing or overreacting. Number 3. Now that you've given her the space to reflect on the situation, it's time for her to turn inward and engage in meaningful self-reflection. This period presents an opportunity for you to contemplate the situation and your role in it. However, it's crucial to avoid overanalyzing or hastily drawing conclusions. When a woman withdraws, it can be due to a variety of factors, some of which may not be directly related to you. Alternatively, you may have overlooked subtle signals or shifts in the dynamic that contributed to her retreat. The goal here isn't to place blame on her or on yourself, but to understand the bigger picture with clarity and honesty. When employed in a constructive manner, self-reflection serves as a potent instrument that enables you to perceive things objectively, untainted by your emotions or inclinations. During this time, ask yourself some important questions. Have there been any recent fights or misunderstandings that could have caused this? Has her energy changed in any way? Could stress from work, family problems, or personal problems be affecting how she's interacting with you right now? For example, let's say you and your partner had a small argument the last time you were together. It might not have seemed like a big deal at the time. Maybe it was just a small comment or misunderstanding that you brushed off. But now that she's pulling away, you're starting to wonder if that moment meant more to her than you thought. Consider the outcome of the argument. Did you truly hear her concerns, or did you dismiss them without realizing they required attention? It's important to remember that self-reflection isn't about dwelling on every little thing or being very critical of yourself. Instead, it's about going into the situation with an open mind and a desire to understand the truth, no matter how uncomfortable it may be. As the renowned Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "He who is brave is free." It takes a lot of courage to face the truth about yourself and your actions with honesty and humility. Courage is freeing because it releases the stress and uncertainty of not knowing what went wrong. This kind of self-reflection helps you become clear, and when you're clear, you become emotionally strong. You'll have a better understanding of the situation and yourself after this process, even if you don't find out why she's pulling away. Perhaps her need for space stems more from her personal issues than anything you did. Perhaps you can improve yourself for reasons other than the relationship. Stoicism encourages us to constantly reflect and be self-aware, not to punish ourselves, but to grow stronger and wiser. When you think about what happened, you can learn how to handle future interactions with a clearer head and a stronger heart. You can face the situation with confidence from seeing the big picture and knowing yourself. This phase of reflection also gives you a chance to practice gratitude for the relationship and the lessons it brings. No matter what happens, every interaction, even the challenging ones, teaches us something. Use this time to think about not only the possible reasons for her distance, but also the value that this moment holds for your own growth. When you can look at things from this point of view, you'll realize that even when they're unclear, you're still learning something useful as you think about them. I want you to think about how this time to reflect can help you grow as a person and become more emotionally aware. When you're honest and open with yourself, self-reflection is a gift that helps you see the big picture and get in touch with your true self. Whether you find clarity in the reason for her distance or see areas where you can grow, this process is necessary for making stronger connections in the future. Let me know what you think about this. How do you think about yourself when you're with someone? Write a brief description of your experience or simply type it. This is one of the most crucial steps to personal growth. Focus on making yourself better. During a time of distance, one of the most empowering things you can do is turn your attention back to yourself. This doesn't mean waiting for her to reach out or wondering what she's thinking. Instead, it means using this time to truly invest in your own growth and development. This method does two important things. First, it helps you regain your confidence and sense of control. Second, it shows her that you don't need her to be happy. As a man, you're naturally attractive to women who are working to become the best version of themselves. Use this opportunity to improve your physical, mental, and personal health. Whether it's starting a new workout routine, learning a new skill, or just spending more quality time with friends, these actions will not only boost your confidence, but also show her that your life is full and meaningful with or without her presence. For example, if you've always wanted to pick up a new hobby, like painting, working out, or learning to play the guitar, now is the perfect time to start. Pursuing these interests not only enhances your personal growth, but also enriches your life with engaging activities, thereby increasing your attraction to her. It sends a subtle but strong message that you are sure of yourself, able to handle things on your own, and always growing. This serves as a reminder of what she might be missing by not playing games or being manipulative, but by seeing you on your real journey of self-improvement. You shouldn't waste this time apart by doing nothing or thinking about things you can't change. Instead, use it to grow into the man you want to be. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Don't waste time arguing about what a good man should be that man." Now is your chance to live up to that philosophy. Don't just talk about the kind of man you want to be, become that man. The real victory lies in your own personal growth, so stop worrying about what she's doing or when she'll reach out. Instead, ask yourself, what can I do today that will make me a better version of myself tomorrow? Focusing on your growth will help you regain confidence and control and create a life worth living no matter what. That's the real win. Number 5. Express yourself firmly. Assertive communication refers to speaking up without appearing desperate. You'll want to contact them eventually, but how you do so is crucial. A lot of guys make the mistake of reaching out in a desperate attempt to get immediate reassurance by sending emotional messages or demanding explanations. But here's the truth. Desperation is not attractive. It shows that you're not in charge of your emotions, which is the last thing you want to give her. If you do decide to reach out, the key is to be calm, clear, and assertive without coming across as needy. Your goal is to show her that you're mentally stable no matter what she says, that you're open to talking to her but not dependent on it, and that you respect her space. Assertiveness shows confidence, while desperation shows insecurity. For example, instead of sending multiple frantic texts like, "Why aren't you answering?" or "Are you mad at me?" be assertive. Xenia. To sound more serious, you could say something like, "Hey, I saw that you needed some space. I just wanted to let you know that I'm here whenever you're ready to talk." This message is respectful and clear. Your message demonstrates your understanding of her need for space, while also demonstrating your maturity by offering to talk to her without imposing undue pressure. By putting your words in this way, you make it possible for her to participate when she's ready without feeling rushed or pressured. Setting healthy limits for yourself is also part of speaking assertively. While you wait for her response, you're living your life. When you show that you can handle the situation calmly and without losing your cool, it shows that you have emotional maturity and respect. This method not only makes your relationship stronger, but it also makes it more likely that you can have a positive conversation if she does choose to be stoic. Epictetus teaches us that listening is more important than speaking. Since we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, we can listen twice as much as we speak. This is especially important when reaching out. When you finally have the chance to talk to her, make sure you focus on listening more than speaking. This will show her that you're not just trying to get your point across or looking for approval. You're genuinely interested in understanding her point of view. This is a way of talking to people. Using assertive language instead of desperate ones sets a tone of respect and maturity and shows her that you're not relying on her for your emotional stability. This leads to a deeper connection because it shows that you're present, grounded, and aware of how she feels. You make it possible for honest, meaningful conversation to happen, which leads to a healthier, more balanced relationship. You've made it this far. Think about how you talk to people in tough times. Can you stay calm and assertive all the time, or do you sometimes give in to desperation? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. They could help someone else going through the same thing. If you'd rather keep it simple, just type, "I choose assertiveness over desperation," to reinforce the mindset you're building. Take care of your expectations. This is where things get tough. Please take care of your expectations. When you reach out to her, you might think she'll respond quickly, maybe even apologize, and everything will be fine again. But the truth is that you can't be sure how she'll react. She might open up, or she might still need more space. Either way, you need to be mentally and emotionally ready for anything that could happen. A key lesson of Stoicism is to accept things as they are, not as we want them. When our emotions are running high, it's simple to become attached to a certain outcome. For example, you might hope for reconciliation or expect her to respond in a way that makes you feel better, but holding on to these expectations can lead to disappointment if things don't go as planned. Stoicism teaches us to let go of the need to control the situation and instead focus on what we can control, our own thoughts and actions. Whether she comes back or keeps pulling away, your peace of mind shouldn't depend on her response. You need to find inner stability no matter what she does after you send that well-thought-out message. Don't spend all day staring at your phone, waiting for her to reply. Instead, do things that keep you grounded and focused on your own life. It's important to be ready for any response, whether it's positive, negative, or none at all. If she replies and the conversation goes well, that's great. But if she doesn't, that's also fine. The goal is to stay calm and collected no matter what happens. This is where Stoic wisdom really shines. Marcus Aurelius says that you choose what goes on in your mind, not what happens in the outside world. You will feel stronger when you understand this. You can't change what she does or how she feels, but you can change how you react by paying attention to your own thoughts and feelings. You get stronger again. Your strength doesn't come from outside approval or her reaction. It comes from being able to stay centered even when things are uncertain or hard. Managing your expectations involves letting go of the need to control the uncontrollable and finding peace in the process rather than focusing on the outcome. By doing this, you protect your emotional health and project a calm, confident presence that is deeply attractive. The only thing you can control is how you carry yourself, and inner stability will help you no matter what. 7th, it is essential that you do not play games. Avoid succumbing to the temptation of playing games. It's tempting, especially when she pulls away, to want to make her jealous or show her what she's missing. You might want to post something on social media to make it appear as though you're having fun without her, or even ignore her back to see if she'll chase you. However, these actions are rooted in insecurity and rarely achieve your desired outcome. Instead, they often backfire and make things worse between you. When you play games, you're not acting from a place of strength or authenticity. you're reacting out of fear or frustration. It might seem like a beneficial idea to get back in charge if you play with her emotions, but in reality it only hurts your trust. She'll see right through it, and instead of drawing you closer, it will probably push her even farther away. On the other hand, if you choose to be real and authentic, you build a foundation of genuine attraction. Being real shows confidence, and trust is much more attractive than manipulation. You may be tempted to share a photo with another woman or boast about the amount of fun you are having without her, but refrain from doing so. Instead, just live your life honestly. If you're having a wonderful time with your friends, feel free to share that, but don't do it to make her jealous or get a reaction. When your actions come from a place of self-confidence, instead of trying to play mind games, you show her that you're confident enough in yourself to avoid needless drama. Marcus Aurelius once asserted that anger inflicts far more harm than its momentary pleasure. Therefore, acting out of frustration, jealousy, or spite is worse than the momentary pleasure. Playing games may give you a short-term sense of control or relief, but in the long run, it often leads to regret, misunderstandings, and hurt feelings on both sides. To get above the games is the smarter thing to do. Do not lose your honor. Stay true to yourself and deal with the situation with maturity and respect. This will not only keep you emotionally stable, but it will also show her that you value honesty and self-respect over mind games and manipulation. By doing this, you establish a higher bar for the relationship and the treatment you expect in return. Now that we've talked about how important it is to be real instead of playing games, take a moment to think about what you've been through. Have you ever found yourself tempted to employ similar strategies while you were apart from your partner? If so, how did that affect the way you two interacted? Let us know what you think. Write your story in the space below. Your point of view could help someone else who is going through the same thing. Eighth, let's keep talking. Make her feel like, give her a sense of safety. When she finally calls out or you have a chance to talk, the most important thing you can do is make her feel emotionally safe. It doesn't mean you should absolve her of all responsibility or avoid talking about important issues, but you should make her feel safe enough to be open and honest with you. If she feels attacked or judged, she'll likely shut down again, which will make it challenging for the relationship to move forward. Your goal is to make her feel heard, valued, and understood, even when the conversation gets tough. For example, if she contacts you after a week of not talking to you, it's normal to want to know right away, asking things like, "Why did you ignore me?" or "What's been on your mind?" Instead of making her feel squished or on guard, be interested and understanding during the talk. Ask her how she's been feeling during the time apart. Give her time to share her feelings and thoughts without interrupting or reacting defensively. This shows her that you're emotionally mature, patient, and able to handle whatever she has to say, whether it's simple to hear or not. When she feels safe enough to open up, resist the urge to judge or criticize. Instead, pay close attention to what she's saying, not just the words, but also the feelings behind them. Tell her you value her point of view, even if it's different from yours. This level of emotional stability can make a huge difference. If you can stay calm and collected, it shows her that you're in charge of your own feelings, which makes her feel safer around you. Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." If you control your feelings, you not only keep your inner peace, but you also give her a safe place to express herself emotionally. By doing this, you become a source of comfort and stability for her. And the more calm and honest you are, especially during tough talks, the more she'll trust you to handle tough situations. She'll feel closer to you because she knows she can trust you no matter what. Number 9. Think about the bigger picture. it's easy to lose focus. Think about the big picture. When emotions are running high, the present moment can be very intense. In these situations, you may want to move quickly or make choices based on fleeting emotions. But Stoicism teaches us to step back and look at the bigger picture. There are positive and bad times in every relationship, just like in life. One moment, good or bad, doesn't define the whole journey. If she's being distant right now, it doesn't mean the relationship is over. And if everything is going well right now, it's still important to look at the bigger picture of your relationship. By adopting a broad perspective, you can maintain your clarity and wisdom rather than allowing a single instance of distance or conflict to influence you. This way of thinking also lets you reflect on your own growth. Relationships are more than just being with someone, they're also chances to grow and learn. This time apart could be a minor setback in a strong relationship, or it could be a sign that some things need to change for the relationship to move forward in a healthy way. The important thing is not to overreact. When you're feeling rushed, stepping back and looking at the bigger picture can help you make smarter choices. Is this temporary distance merely a passing phase, or does it indicate underlying issues that require attention? By looking at the situation as a whole, you give yourself time to think about it without getting angry or stressed. Epicurus wisely stated, "What matters now is not what happens to you, but how you react to it." Whether it's a week of silence or a single fight, each tough event in your relationship is only a small part of the bigger story. Share your thoughts on the relationship or your mental health. Stoic wisdom tells you to keep your cool and not let a short-term event change your overall outlook. By focusing on the bigger picture, you also give yourself the chance to grow. Every relationship has times of tension, distance, and challenge. How you handle these times determines the future of your connection. By stepping back, thinking about the bigger picture, and keeping your emotional balance, you can improve your relationship. You'll be able to steer the relationship in a way that works for both of you in the long run. The goal is to build a strong, healthy relationship where short-term problems don't get in the way of the bigger picture. Journey number 10. Get ready to move. Be ready to move forward. Although we naturally hope for the best, it's important to be ready for all outcomes when moving forward in a relationship. If she doesn't come back, you need to be ready to move on with your life with or without her. This isn't about giving up hope. It's about developing a strong and independent mind by letting go of attachment to a certain result. You free yourself from stress and anxiety that you don't need. The fear of potential outcomes no longer consumes you. Instead, you can move forward with confidence, knowing that you'll keep growing and thriving no matter what. And just because she decided to move on doesn't mean you failed. Relationships end for many reasons, and sometimes it's because the connection action wasn't right for her. Realizing this may be painful, but it's crucial to remember that it's an opportunity for you to explore new avenues and seize new opportunities. Every friendship, good or bad, teaches us something important. Though you should remember those lessons, don't let them stop you. You must move forward and avoid becoming mired in the past in order to grow. Alexander the Great, a Stoic philosopher, said that the happiness of your life rests on the thoughts you have. This insight is especially useful when there is confusion in a relationship. There are still positive things to think about, even if this chapter ends. You've learned more about yourself and become wiser through the experience. Do not hold on to the past. Instead, let your thoughts shape your present by focusing on hope, growth, and what lies ahead. Being ready to move on doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you care about yourself enough to put your own health first. If she comes back, you'll be ready to enjoy the relationship with fresh eyes. If she doesn't, you'll be ready to continue your journey with strength and determination. Stoicism teaches us that we can't change the way other people treat us, but we can change how we react to them. This means that whether the relationship continues or ends, you are still in charge of your own path, always growing and moving forward. As we conclude our discussion on how to handle situations when a woman pulls away, it's crucial to remember that our main focus was not only on reconnecting with her, but also on strengthening your self-respect and emotional resilience. This method not only helps you handle personal relationships, but it also leads to significant personal growth. We've gone over practical steps and strong ideas to help you stay calm and wise when relationship problems arise. The main point is to pay attention to what you can change, your actions and reactions. By using these strategies, you're not only hoping to change the dynamics of your relationships, but also to strengthen your inner strength and peace. Now, I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. Have you been through something similar? Share your stories in the comments below about what worked for you. Your insights could help someone else. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing to receive more similar content. Do not miss the suggested videos on your screen for more tips and discussions. They may be the next step in your personal and relational clarity journey. Thanks for watching, and remember that every challenge is a chance to grow wiser and stronger. Keep going, and let's continue this journey together.